All right. It's still morning over here. It's 10:04. I was just gonna let the live go off. My other live just went off, right? So I was gonna let the live later, but I didn't show you guys my excuse me, oh my god. I didn't show you guys my soak off bowl. So I am using this blue bit, y'all. This will be the bit that I put up on the website for acrylic removal. I like it. It works pretty quickly and I did not hit any heat spikes. So that's always a plus, and that's what I'm always looking for with an e-file bit is, does it burn me and how fast can I get that acrylic off. So this is a good bit. I actually like this one way better than the other one, but I'm gonna see what the other one is good for, and if it's not good for anything, then we're just never gonna use it. But this blue one, I am enjoying it, and I'm going to be using it to remove the acrylic from my nails. And you know, the thinner that you get that product down, the faster that your acrylic soaks off. So I'm just going to file this off. I'm still going to be soaking now. I'm not going to file on my natural nail, but I'm going to get down and as thin as possible and then soak in my soak off bowl. So the reason why I turned the live back on is because my soak off bowl, I didn't get to show you guys. So it's from California Boutique. Most of you guys have seen my soak off bowl before or actually have one for yourself. And I always try to show you guys how I use it as much as possible, um, because I use my soak off bowl a lot. It definitely comes in handy. So I'm just going to, what I did first was I clipped my nails all the way down close to my natural nail, and then I filed down very, very low. And now I'm going to take my soak off bowl, my California, and the little, it's got these little clasps on the sides. And that is where you would put hot water. Hot water, boiling water. Hot water helps the acetone eat through that acrylic faster. So you're putting the hot water on the bottom and you're not heating up the acetone itself. I've seen people say that they put acetone in the microwave or they put it on a warmer and it warms up the acetone itself. I warm up the acetone using the hot water underneath this. To me, that's safer. I'm not knocking anybody else's way of soaking off, but this is, to me, the safest way to soak off. So once I put the hot water in the bottom, I'm going to close it up all the way. It is leak proof. And I'm going to pour in my acetone. I'm using the whole gallon instead of a bottle. TSA stole my acetone. TSA stole my acetone and my alcohol. But that was my fault, y'all. I should have wrapped it up a lot better. But TSA stole my alcohol and my acetone. So, yeah, now that that is done, the acetone's in there, I'm going to just soak. It really should not take that long. After I put my hands in, I always put a towel on top of it. That way the fumes aren't getting all in my face while I'm working or whatever. And so if I were a client or if I were soaking off a client, I would do this. I would cut down the nails and file down really, really short and e-file very thin. And then I would have the client place their hands in the bowl and then I'll cover their hands up and then I'll take this hand, my client's other hand, and then I'll start the filing and the drilling down on that nail, on that hand. And then once that's done, I'm going to switch it out. I will dry these off, remove as many layers of acrylic as I can, and then start over. So that's how I would do a client, but obviously I only have two hands, so I can only do one hand down all. Oh, these, this is a mood color, y'all. That's why it's dark green now. But so yeah, so I can't, obviously can't file down my other hand while this hand is soaking, so I just gotta wait. Oh, that mood is so cool. You guys know I love my mood colors. This is the we have a new mood green. So it goes from like a nice grass froggy green to a pastel green. So yeah, so I'm not going to be in y'all face this whole time, but I am going to answer some questions while I'm sitting here. I'm gonna scroll and see if I can find any. But thank you guys so much for those of you who came back. Yeah, I know my life just cut out. I'm not doing nothing special. I just wanted to show you guys all the new products we had, and then I'm gonna soak off, and I'll be live later and show you guys the rest of my nailing. Okay, so hey Chrissy, nice to see you. Chrissy says how oh, my nails. She wants to know how long my nails are. My nails are actually pretty short. My nails are on the short side. 1 second. Hi, son. Grand Rising.
Grand Rising. Surprise.
Hey, child of mine. Surprise. How are you guys doing? You guys look like y'all slept well.
We did.
You did? You slept good, son? Yeah?
Yeah.
Besos? Thank you.
Mommy, I want some milk.
You want some milk?
Yeah.
All right, son. All right, y'all. I'm gonna answer a couple more questions, and I'm gonna go tend to these my rugrats. I left them sleep. I left them sleep. Y'all know some of this. Y'all, if there's any moms out there like me, you guys let your kids sleep as long as they want to sleep, because you know when they wake up, it's gonna be a disaster. So, cool thing about them though is like on Saturdays they do wake up on the late side. And so I'm able to get a little bit done early in the morning on Saturdays. But once they wake up, that's when the day has truly started. And that's when I can no longer be a nail tech. But my nails, Chrissy, are not that long. I should do a lot much better with my own nails and keeping them healthy. But I do know that once my nails grow out to a decent length, I'm going to show you guys a hard gel overlay rather than an acrylic overlay. I've overlays the same exact way that I would do like a formed or sculpted nail. So I will show you guys once my nails grow a little bit more, I will show you guys a hard gel application or a hard gel overlay without any tips or without any extensions unless I need to. So yeah, so I'm working on getting these babies healthy, but y'all, you guys know my middle fingers have been giving me hell these last couple weeks. Yeah, mommy doesn't put up her middle finger. But yeah, so I split both my middle fingers actually straight down the middle. So they actually are still in the healing process. But I am going to eventually have some long natural nails for you guys one day. I know I've always said that I'm going to do it, but now that I'm home, I guess I really can.
Mommy. Can I see it?
Okay, so when you're doing forms, so this question's from Valerie. So how do you put forms on the nails so that they stay? So I will show you guys, actually today, I will be doing a sculpted set on myself because I'm over the tips. I'm going to be doing a sculpted set on myself. So I'm going to show you guys how I get my forms to stay. Forms are very intimidating. I'm not going to lie. They've always been intimidating, even for me in my career. It took me years and years and years to just start offering forms, but just dive into it. It's a cash cow. It's how you're going to make some good money, and it makes your job a lot easier because when you're sculpting a set, it's so much easier to file a sculpted set than it is to file a set that you use tips on, especially if you're doing extra long or long nails like I always do. I believe that sculpted nails forms are the way to go. But you want to make sure when you're buying forms, remember you want forms that are long and you want forms that are sticky. So if you get short forms, that's cool. You can still use them. That's great. But when it comes to you getting a client with some long nails, you're going to need a different set of forms. That short set is not going to work. So make sure that you have a long set of forms. Now, I like the Koopa forms. These are some I messed up. I like the Koopa forms because they're very long, and then they have this piece right here. You can rip that off if the set is not as long as the form. So you can rip this little piece off. But yeah, this is why I like these forms, because you could do a short set or you could do a long set. And they're very, very sticky. Very sticky, very sturdy. I'm coming, baby. I'm coming right now, okay? All right, thank you. Just stand right there. Don't move. Okay, so yeah, long forms, sticky forms. That's what you want to look for. Some long, sticky, sturdy forms. You actually can have this phone, son. Yes, yes, you can have it. Your dad took off Disney Plus though, so let me put Disney Plus back on it. Don't tell him I did it though. But you gotta wait. Give me 1 second, okay?
Okay.
All right.
I love this game.
What game?
This game.
The preschool game? Okay, take that, sit on my bed. Go sit on my bed. Thank you.
Let's learn how to train.
Okay. Sorry, y'all. Long. Uh-oh.
It's okay. I will.
Alrighty. My son is just as clumsy as I am. Alrighty, so long, sticky, sturdy forms, that's what you want to look for. I don't like the gold forms. You'll never see me using the gold forms. I'm not reusable forms, little metal ones, but those forms you're going to want to find long, because I have yet to find a long set of the reusable forms. But don't worry, y'all. I'll show you guys how I put my forms on later. It's really not that hard. It just takes a lot of practice, and that's anything with nails. Add forms to the list of things to practice every day. Ooh, okay. Hey, Erica, that is a good question. Okay, so Erica said, any tips to prevent the drill from slipping? She's about almost a year in, and sometimes the drill slips and does a whole 360 around the fingertip. And yes, that makes sense. Any nail tech who read that, turn it down a little bit. Any nail tech who read that knows exactly what you're talking about, and it's actually stuff that it's something that you guys have seen me do before. Okay, so you know how you're using your e-file or whatever, and then it just like catches the whole nail and then does a whole 360. And you're doing this, and then all of a sudden it just goes all around the whole finger. It just slips. Okay, so the best way to combat that, y'all, and this is something that I found out years ago, and I didn't know why. A lot of times these mandrel bits, these ones specifically, now not just these ones, but most of the time it's this mandrel bit. A lot of times it's bent and you have no idea that it's bent. So you'll be using it, and it causes a lot of shakiness and vibration. When you use this, it shouldn't feel shaky and it shouldn't vibrate a lot. It should be a very comfortable hold in your hand. But if you're using one that's bent, even if it's slightly bent, you can't even tell that your hand piece to kind of shake and vibrate, and it's not comfortable for you or for your client, especially like on the thumbs. That's how I could tell if the thumbs are too sensitive, or I start trying to file that thumb and it makes me feel like the vibration is too high. That means I need to get a new bit because the bit is bent. A lot of times we just can't tell that we have a bent or slanted bit. But I tell everybody that if you are e-filing, make sure you have at least 2 or 3 of these, because they bend so easily and they don't last $1.50, when you can find them. But definitely have multiple mandrel bits. Have like, I'm telling y'all, like 3 or 4 on standby, because you never know. One day you might drop your hand piece and it has a bit in it and it bends that bit, and you think that it's still working perfectly and it's not. So a lot of times when my nail catches, or when my e-file catches on my nail, a lot of times it's because my bit is bent. And if it keeps happening, that's because, yeah, I need to replace my bit. So try all of them, but try replacing a couple of your bits and see how your e-file works. Now, if your hand piece is still shaky, then it's time for a new e-file. You want an e-file that is not shaky, and because that will cause micro shattering, and you won't have that good of a set once you're done shaping and all that good stuff. It won't be as strong as a set because you've micro shattered it a lot using a faulty e-file or a faulty up your bits first, obviously, because that's the cheaper way to go. Try switching out your bits first, and then if you're still having that problem that your handpiece is catching on the nail, then get a stronger drill. You may need one with a stronger motor that goes a lot faster. A lot of times we get these e-files from non-nail supplies like Amazon, and they're cheap and they're easy to get in 2 days. That's always cool, but they're not professional grade and they're not meant for long-term use, not even a year. I would say that you want to replace those anywhere between 3 to 8 months, because they're not going to last you a long time if you only paid $30 to $60 for it. So try investing, now that you're a year in, try investing in a better drill if the one that you have isn't working for you anymore, or if it's still giving you problems. All drills are not made equal, and that's why we have the ones that cost $30, we have the ones that cost $60, we have ones that cost $100, we have ones that cost $250, $400, and even up from there. So you do get what you pay for. And if you want a professional grade e-file drill, you want to make sure that you're paying at least $150 for it, for a professional one. I wouldn't recommend buying any e-file in the double digits if you are professionally doing nails. Now, if you're doing your own nails, your sisters, your homegirls, not that big of a deal. But also, like, you don't want to keep replacing something for $60 every 3 to 8 months. You don't want to keep doing that when you could purchase one time, spend $300 on a good e-file, and it should last you up to 10 years. So yeah, make sure that you are trying to change out your e-file bits whenever you can, and if that hasn't helped for you, definitely try upgrading your e-file, the whole machine.
Okay, this is noisy.
Thank you so much to those of you sending me stars. I see you. Thank you, Taz. Thank you, Dana. I appreciate you so much. Aurora Nails. Hey, Chrissy. Aurora Nails. You definitely could use a chrome. They have Aurora Chrome. Ocean Nail Supply online. They have an Aurora Chrome. There's also like a pixie dust. Try pixie dust. You could try Aurora Chrome from Ocean Nail Supply or from Skyline Beauty Supply. And I'm saying those specific ones because they are here in California, so that's where I would go. I will go to Skyline Beauty Supply, and those are here in 5 to 1. But I do know, so like thousands of nail techs, y'all, go to these nail supplies, and they do have online stores. So yeah, definitely Sky have both have Aurora Chrome, and Born Pretty also has a really good Aurora Chrome. And you can find Born Pretty on Amazon, I believe. I don't know if they have an actual online website, but I do know like you can find Born Pretty on like AliExpress, Alibaba. So definitely try out their chrome. They have a really good Aurora Chrome that is actually pretty inexpensive. So if you could find it shipping in the States, obviously it'll get to you much quicker, but if you buy it on like AliExpress, it may take up to a month to come, or might not come at all. I haven't ordered from AliExpress in a couple years because I just can't do the hit and miss anymore. Even if something is $2, like, okay, it's $2, you buy it and you wait 30 days for it to come, and then you find out it's not coming, or you get it and it doesn't work. So yeah, that whole 30 days, definitely check out Born Pretty, Skyline Beauty Supply, and Ocean Nail Supply. Those are the 3 places that I know have Aurora Chrome and Pixie Dust. Okay, that's also a good question. So she said a friend of hers has a fungus on all of her nails. What can be done? A lot of times, y'all, funguses are misdiagnosed. A lot of times you may think something is a fungus because it's green, but it may just be a greenie. And a greenie is not a fungus. That means that some bacteria got trapped in between the nail enhancement and the natural nail, or underneath the natural nail. And maybe there was some water, some liquid, some moisture got trapped there. And you got to think about it like laundry. If you wash your clothes and you leave them in the washer and you don't put them in the dryer, after a day they start to stink. Why? Because all of that water is sitting there, and it's becoming mildew now. So now that water is sitting on top of each other and it's not moving, it's not drying, there's no air being ventilated through it. Now it's turning into a bacteria, and that's growing and festering, and definitely needs, those clothes need to be washed again, obviously, right? They need to be washed again. And it's not like you have to do some extensive cleaning to those clothes. Like myself personally, if that ever happens to me, I do add a little bit of vinegar to my clothes, because vinegar is a natural, does have natural antibacterial properties. But it's the same thing. So if you leave some water trapped underneath your, and it's not drying, it's just sitting there festering, it's going to turn into a bacteria, and it may not be a fungus. Most times it's not a fungus. And sometimes it just looks like one, and you think it looks like one. So the best thing, that there's some discoloration on the nails, the best thing to do is to remove any nail enhancements. And me personally, I tell all of my clients, and I do this myself, if you do have nail enhancements on that you don't want to take them off, soak your nails in vinegar, white vinegar, apple cider vinegar, some type of vinegar. Soak your nails in vinegar, and that will dry out and kill any bacteria and stop it from growing. So that is an at-home remedy. The stain is not going to go away. You're going to have to grow it out. But if the stain gets worse after soaking at least 3 days a week, I'm sorry, like maybe every other day, or of anywhere between 5 to 10 minutes a day. Like if you're just sitting at your office or watching TV, waiting on your food to get done or whatever, just soak in some vinegar, the affected fingers, soak those in vinegar for about 5 to 10 minutes, for no shorter than 3 bigger. Or if it grows during that 3 days and it doesn't seem to have gotten better, then the best and most safest thing for you to do is go to the hospital, a doctor, urgent care, whatever, so that they may have to, there's a million things that they may have to do to your fingers if it's a fungus. If it's not a fungus and it's just a greenie and moisture was trapped, I mean, you can kill that bacteria with some vinegar. And if it gets worse, then it was not a greenie, it's something worse than that. So you do need to take that to a doctor. Never go to a nail tech and ask her to fix something that is biologically wrong. So if the nail's turning black, or if it has pus coming out of it, something crazy like that, I'm not a doctor, y'all. I could tell you what I think it is, but that is outside of my scope of practice. Give you something to treat it, I would have to send you to a doctor, because that is who you would need to see, not a nail technician. I make your nails look pretty and I make sure they stay healthy, but I'm not a miracle worker. I can't fix anything that another nail tech did, or maybe you as a client did, because sometimes it's not always the nail tech's fault, and sometimes the salon. But there's a lot of different things that could be happening. So if it hurts and it doesn't seem like it's harmless, or if it's lasting for a long time, go see a doctor. If there's no pain, may have a little bit of discoloration, try vinegar. And in 2 weeks, if that stain has not grown out, or if it has spread, especially if it has spread within that first 3 days of you soaking, then you definitely want to try a doctor out. So yeah, I think that was, I hope that made sense. I know it made sense to some of y'all. I know some of you guys just went right over your head, I know, but I definitely will explain that in more detail. But I always tell my nail tech friends and nail tech students that when you are done with school and you get your license, keep going through your nail book. Keep looking through it. Keep looking stuff up. Get familiar with your nail book. Because at the end of the day, there's a lot of things that your teacher may not teach you because she doesn't have time to, or your teacher doesn't teach you because they feel like that's not, doesn't teach it to you because maybe they themselves don't know it, and they're just going through a curriculum and just trying to get you to pass the class and get your license, yada yada yada. That happens a lot. You are a nail technician and you're making this into your career, and this is what's going to feed you and your family and keep a roof over your heads, make sure that you know what you need to know about nails. And you're going to need to go through your entire nail book. Do not throw your nail book away. The day of your graduation is not the last time you're ever going to see your book. Keep looking through your book. Upgrade your book. I have the Milady's book. When I got my license 10 years ago. So when I got the Milady's nail textbook, I think it was like I think I was on like edition 4 or something like that. The Milady's textbook is now like edition 7 or 8. So last year, I no, not last year, the year before last, I upgraded my Milady's textbook because it's not the same textbook anymore. It's the same company, same people writing it. They've added more people to, but it was a more updated version of what my career is. And because this is my career, it's not a side hustle. It's not a, to just make some extra cash. This is my career. So I upgraded my book so that I could be updated on the new things in the nail tech industry. So you never want to lose your book. You never want to not have your book. Keep your workbook, keep your textbook, and continue going through it, because there are so many things that I had to learn on my own from my book that my teacher was actually teaching out of, but she just didn't teach me a lot. So MMA, y'all, MMA, I didn't know what that was until I was already licensed. So sometimes, and this is not all the time, but sometimes your nail teacher, your nail instructor is not that good of one. So you may just be having to self-teach on your own or get better on your own. So never give up on your nail tech book. Keep that and always go through it.
I like these, Mommy.
Yeah, those are Mickey Mouse pieces.
I like Mickey Mouse pieces.
You like Mickey Mouse pieces? Yeah, but they're not food, baby. Okay, so this bowl is the soak off bowl. I don't know how long I've been sitting here talking to y'all, but this is what the acrylic looks like. It has been soaking for, I don't know how long I've been talking. And what I would do is, now I get my cuticle pusher and I just scrape that off. And if it were sticky or gummy, that means it's taking off.
Mommy.
Okay, baby, I'm almost done. I'm almost done, son.
I like your nails, Mommy.
Thank
I like
you.
your nail, Mommy.
Y'all both sitting here lying to my face, being fake.
Why?
You don't like these nails. These nails look crazy. Don't let me walk out the house and my nails looking like this.
Yeah. Mommy, I like your nails.
See, I just said you was fake and you gonna say it again. No, it looks crazy, son. I'm just removing, I'm taking off the nail stuff. You see?
Yeah.
Okay, so I've just been soaking, sitting here. Now I'm going to scrape off as many layers as I can. This is what it looks like. It's not sticky, it's flaky. It'll dry up and it'll kind of flake off like gel polish, pretty much.
Ooh.
Ooh.
That is sticky and icky.
Icky and gooey. This is EMA, so it's flaky. Okay, I'm thinking about it. All right, so this is where I'm at so far. Now, at this point, I like to go back in with my e-file. With my mandrel. And you can use a fine or a medium sanding bit. And it's very, very low. And I'm just going to put any more acrylic on there.
Okay, but and making me the best.
File those layers down a little bit. Okay, so there's still a little bit of just a little bit, like a tiny bit of acrylic on a couple of these nails. So I'm gonna soak for like another 5 minutes, and that's literally all I need. So this is the soak off bowl. It is from California Boutique. I know that it's blue, but we don't excuse me, we may send you a pink one or a white one, and the colors don't matter. But we do have these soak off bowls available. So underneath, put it down, son. Underneath is hot water, and that's what's going to help that acetone get a little bit hotter and eat through that product. So the acetone is at the top that I'm soaking my fingers in, and underneath is the always call it the KB soak off bowl, but it is available. Like when I meet new new nail techs, sometimes because like my lash girl has a nail tech in her studio, so here goes a box of bling, and here goes some new colors, and then I gave her a soak off bowl, a brand new soak off bowl. I was like, and here goes a soak off bowl. I was like, I don't know why I put this in your little goodie bag. I know she had one, and I didn't start using these soak off bowls until about 5-6 years into my career. I didn't even know about them. So I know that a lot of nail technicians are still learning about the different bowl. One like this definitely will speed up and help you get a little bit quicker when it comes to removing nails. A lot of times a fill for colored acrylic and they want a whole new color, sometimes it's faster to just soak them off than to file down that acrylic and start over. So I'll file down a little bit and I'll soak new colored set. So that's why I don't charge for fills. My price list does not say fill on it at all. It says designed set. So regardless if you're getting a full set or a fill, I'm going to be doing everything that I need to do to make sure that your set looks like the way you want it to look like when I'm done. So that may be me removing your nails and starting a whole new set, or that may be just fixing some nails and covering up with a whole new color. Okay, baby, I'm coming right now. I'm so sorry. It's my fault. Let me tell them this one last thing. This one last thing, and then I'm done. Okay, give me a kiss. Thank you. Okay, so yeah, so I don't charge for a fill. I don't charge for a full set. It's all the same. I go by the hour. So sometimes it may take 2 hours to do a fill, and it may take an hour and a half or hour and 15 minutes to do a full set. But if I charge a half of a full set, but I did double the work, then I've cheated myself out of my coins. And not just have I cheated myself out of my coins, I've cheated myself out of some time. So because fills sometimes do take a lot longer than full sets or require more work than full sets, I no longer offer fills. I just call it a set. So I'm going to make sure I'm going to do whatever I need to do, whether it's a full set or a fill. I'm going to do whatever I need to do to make sure that your nails look like what they need to look like in the end. And I only do designed sets. I don't do short no more. So when people come to me, they know that they're coming to get the extravaganza in my studio. So that's kind of how I price things. I don't have a separate price for fills and full sets. It's more of an hourly type thing. But again, sometimes it's much quicker for me to just do a soak off. So I always got a soak off bowl on hand. I keep like 3 or 4 around me because sometimes a client may come with her mom, or a client may come with her sister or her friend or whatever, and one of them needs to soak, and the other one, I may be doing her nails and I may be having to soak hers too. So I definitely always keep multiple soak off bowls in rotation in my studio, and they're very, very easy to clean. Yeah, but what I did learn from a former boss, a former nail salon owner, she wasn't a nail tech at all. She just owned a nail. And I'm glad that she was so icky, but like she was so health conscious and safety conscious. So she was really, really serious about fungus and greenies and just the off a client, and say we soak off her nails, and then she takes her nails off and we go, oh darn, she has fungus, or oh darn, she has a greenie on each nail. The owner would make me throw away this entire soak off bowl, the towel that I use, all of the metal implements. She would not let me disinfect or sanitize everything away that touched that client. that client. Now that is a little bit excessive when you know how to properly disinfect and sanitize. That's not necessary when you know how to properly do it. Like she wasn't. That kind of stuff scares you, so you don't think about, oh, I'm just going to clean this and do it the right way. You're just like, you know what, just throw the whole baby away, throw the whole thing away. So yeah, so I learned that from one of my ex-employers, to just throw throw all the shit away like the person was an alien. Like she'd wait till the person leaves and she would literally come behind me and snatch up all the stuff that I use and she'd throw it in the trash. But yeah, so anyway, make sure that you have a soak off bowl. If you don't have one yet, check out the soak off bowl. It is available on ctones.com. I am going to go back and finish the rest of the comments and reply to you guys if I didn't get to your question yet. But I am, my son's right here, and I told him 5 times already. So now that I'm not lying anymore, and that this stuff is off of my fingers just a little bit more, I gotta soak. But yeah, so this stuff is off. Then I'm gonna soak this hand, all that good stuff. But yeah, I will get back to your guys' questions, and I will be live again today showing you guys my full set. I still have no idea how I'm going to do my full set, but I am in the mood for some red. Kind of in the mood for some red, so I don't know yet, y'all. It's gonna be a couple hours. I'm gonna go get this hot spot so that so I can give you guys a nice, good, lag-free live. But I love you guys and thank you for tuning in. Again, I appreciate you guys so much for your support. I love you guys. In a few hours, don't forget to turn on your live notifications, y'all. You can turn on live notifications up here. Boom, you see those 3 dots? You can click those 3 dots and you can save the video so you can come back and watch it later, or you can, dang, I don't know, I think it says something different up there for you guys than it does for me. Let me go to my other profile. Let's see. Okay, so this is what you guys are saying. So go up to this right here. Boom, bam. You can follow me. If you haven't followed me already, you better follow me. Don't be goes follow me. So you can follow me. You can add me to your favorites so that you can see everything that I post, because since this is a business page, it's not a Facebook profile, I may not be showing or a timeline. So make sure that you're following me and that you can put me in your favorites. You could turn on or turn off live notifications so that you guys always know when I go live. You get a notification for it. And then up here, if you just tap on the video, you're gonna see a little boop. That's a bell right there. And what that bell does, it shows you get all live notifications. Every single time I go live, you guys will get a notification or suggested. So maybe it's a live that you might be into. I don't know, and Facebook kind of figures that out for your algorithm or whatever, and then you can get suggested. And so every now and again you'll get notified, and then none and unfollow, and I'm not even going to introduce you guys to those because you guys don't need it. But yeah, check out all live notifications. That way you guys don't miss me when I go live later on today or any other time. So I love you guys. I thank you for tuning in. I will see you guys in a little while. God bless.